What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel for the morning movie chat. I am your host, Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here today. I hope you're all having a very good Wednesday, right? Isn't it Wednesday? I'm kidding. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Don't ask me April what though. It's probably like April 15th or something like that. It's the middle of the month. We're already halfway through April, and man, can you believe it? Can you believe it? How long have you been stuck in your house for? How long have you been having to work from home? How long have you been laid off your job? I mean, furloughed or anything like that. Hey, it's happened to a lot of people. I get it. Actually, in case you guys don't already know, I run my own business, and a lot of the businesses that I serve are closed and everything, and I've been hesitant, like, I don't know, because like the business I do, like, people kind of look at me like, hey, I'm a solicitor. Some people who don't know who I am, I'm like, man, I hate for people to have that perception, so I do all I can to try to get people to not see that. And well, one thing I've been doing is, like, yesterday I went out to, there's a street corner not too far from where I live at. There's a four-way stop at, and there's a fruit guy who goes over there and sells. There's a flower people that go over there and sell every now and again. And I'm kind of like, hey, that's cool. I went over there and sat up a couple times and sold gift baskets and things around the holidays. And I kind of, I'm just like, man, I don't know how I feel about like that. You know what I mean? Especially like right now with everything going on in the world. I'm kind of like, are people gonna stop by and buy shit? I don't know. But you know what? They did. People still showed up, supported me and my business. It was really nice. It was a it was a good day. I had a pretty good day. So I've got a couple of places I've got to go see today, and I'm thinking about maybe I'll see if I can find another place to go set up. And because I want to set up at the same place every single day. People are just eventually going to be like, oh, come on, man. I was thinking maybe twice a week. Maybe once a week. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But it was a pretty good day, and I need to have more days like that. Considering everything out there. So I was like, man, everything going on, I'll just set up here, and people will stop by or they won't. You know what I mean? But it's not like it costs me anything to just sit there, right? So I don't know. But anyway, I hope you're all having a very good day. I do have some things I wanted to talk about today. In case you can't tell by the thumbnail, we're going to talk about Hot Fuzz. In case you guys haven't ever seen Hot Fuzz, what's wrong with you? You gotta see Hot Fuzz. Have you ever not ever seen Hot Fuzz? Directed by Edgar Wright. This movie was from 2007. Stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. This duo, they also did Shaun of the Dead a couple years previous to this, also directed by Edgar Wright. They also star in The World's End, which was a few years after this. Once again, directed by Edgar Wright. If you don't know who Edgar Wright is as a director, he's a very good director. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost work really great together on screen. They have a good chemistry together. But also, both of these guys are they're very good actors in their own right. In case you haven't seen any of the films that these guys are in, they do also do movies not together. So you should check out some of their films. But we're going to go ahead and talk about that, as well as a little bit of other news before we get into talking about Hot Fuzz, because I just watched it again last night. I had my kids sit down and watch it with me as well, and I don't know, I can't say, I'm not sure whether they enjoyed it or not. They sat there and watched it. They were kind of quiet. They were kind of into it at some parts. The thing is it's like that British humor and the way they deliver and talk lines and things like that. Sometimes, like, maybe they don't get it. I don't know, but I remember watching like British shows and shit when I was a kid, and I always got it and always enjoyed them and things like that. So I don't know. So let's get all in here and see who all we have here today. Jaden Rendell. Did I say that right? Reindl? Rind? Rind? I'm sorry if I butchered that. Thank you so much for being here. AFK Bard, thank you for being here. Says, are they making a new Hot Fuzz, or is this an appreciation? It's all appreciation here. It would be cool if they made it like a sequel or something like that. That'd be great. Because like everything that happened in the first one was really well done. Vlad Riot, thank you so much for being here. LB is here, the Lonely Banter. Hope you're doing well. Fanjector says, Hot Fuzz. Haven't seen that one in a minute. Yeah, me neither. And I own it. I own it on DVD, and it had been a while. I don't know, a good couple years since I had watched it. I try to watch it every now and again because it's a funny movie. It's really great. And we see, you know what? before we get into, let's talk about the news. I want to talk about this news. This news that Sam Raimi confirmed that he is directing the new Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This was brought up just like in, God, what was it? It was like some little interview. You know how it is. All us nerds, we gotta go out there and we look into every little thing out there. You know what I mean? Like it's the biggest news. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Where are we at? Is it right here? Oh yeah, there we are. Where's let's get this thing on here. Um, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Let's. I just thought it was kind of funny that this is like all of a sudden like it's kind of this breaking news, and that's I guess that's just how things go. Is it's all of a sudden breaking news. But wasn't it pretty confirmed that he was doing this like a while back? I thought it was confirmed that he was going to be directing Doctor Strange 2, a couple months ago. But apparently now it's news. It's official because he was here. They were talking about the Spider-Man 2, in the scene where they referenced Doctor Strange, and they were asking, he was talking about, what was he says? He's talking about, but when we had that moment in Spider-Man 2, I had no idea that we would ever be making a Doctor Strange movie. So it was really funny to me that coincidentally that line was in the movie. I gotta say, I wish we had the foresight to know that I was going to be involved in the project. And oh my God, what? What? Did he just confirm that he was? Did he just confirm that he was directing Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness? Hey, guys, I know I like to laugh at this stuff, but seriously, didn't we know this a while back? I'm pretty sure we knew this. I'm pretty sure we knew this a while back that it was happening. Fanject says yes, it was not officially confirmed, but a major trade break. So, yeah, I mean, there was. It was pretty obvious, everything that had come out surrounding it, all this, didn't we all know? We all knew. I don't know. I don't know. But that's just how funny it is, because even this wasn't really an official confirmation, was it? I mean, he didn't it was just like a line he just said there in an interview. And you know how us nerds are, oh wait, but he did kind of like really like, but wasn't it kind of? But we could definitely look at the stuff before and say that was kind of official too. I mean, we knew. All right, all right. But this is actually great that he's going to come in and do Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I think a lot of us, I think we were looking forward to it with Scott Derrickson anyway. But knowing that Sam Raimi is coming on, I think it's going to get a lot more nerds on board. Definitely because, obviously Sam Raimi directed the Sony Spider-Man films, the first three that they did, which were some great films, especially for their time. A lot of people, there's different people out there. You can find the MCU stands, you can find the Tobey Maguire stands, you can find the Andrew Garfield stands, all of them out there, all the crazy people who are going to argue that Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the best movie ever made. I'm not sure that anybody's ever actually done that. If they did, that's just silly. I'm just saying. But the point being is the Sam Raimi films laid down the foundation for basically everything we got today. There was the X-Men and there was Spider-Man. Spider-Man was done in a different way, than I think even the X-Men was done, and Spider-Man 2 is obviously one of the films out there in the comic book movie landscape that a lot of people still hold up as one of the best comic book films made, and I think it really is. Now, if you go back and watch them, you can tell the CG and stuff. A lot of that, the computer graphics just don't hold up to what today's standards are. But for back then, I would say it was pretty damn good. And also, I would say it's good for a person like Sam Raimi, who's more used to using practical effects as opposed to a lot of the computer generated images and things like that. So Altogether, these movies did help lay the foundation. Now, also, obviously, Sam Raimi is a well known for a lot of his horror stuff. So him coming in to do this Multiverse of Madness just kind of makes sense, given the direction that we were all kind of been told that it was going to go, with like the multiverse and everything. Like Scott Derrickson wanted to make it a horror film, I believe. Uh, Kevin Feige last year at Comic Con actually just called it a scary movie, not necessarily a horror film, just a scary movie. And I think later in an interview he had made mention like, well, scary can mean different things, which is very true. But then it's like, which way is he going? It's like he's running forward and then he's sidestepping and everything, and we know that he's I don't know, he's pretty good at sidestepping questions and saying things in certain ways to always make us nerds speculate on things. But regardless, we're going to be getting something that's going to be like that, probably scary in a head trippy kind of way. And I believe Sam Raimi is a great person to do this, because if you've never seen the Evil Dead films, let alone Army of Darkness, well, you're just letting a lot of great films pass you by. And let's not even get into some of the other work he has done. If you've never seen The Gift that he had done, not the one that came out a couple years ago, I believe The Gift came out probably around 2001, 2002. Great film. Keanu Reeves, Kate Blanchett, Katie Holmes, Greg Kinnear. Lot of great actors in that movie. I mean, you should. I mean, if you haven't seen it, check it out, man. It's a good one. But doing like films like that are really good, because you can see like just the way the films that he's done. Like even go back to the Evil Dead, you see some of the things that are there with the graphics, the practical things, like where it's like a horror film. It's also done in a way that's almost comedic. So like it kind of takes that like scary kind of weird edge off of it. It's just really great classic stuff, man. And so I mean, seeing that kind of stuff that he does in his films put into a Doctor Strange film will be great. Considering like, imagine what we got in the first Doctor Strange film, and then take that into the next one. Like the first one, it was very, they used a lot of the graphics and everything that seemed very much like, in that when they were in like the mirror realm and stuff like that, was very much like we've seen in Inception. I think what Sam Raimi will bring to the table is going to be something great, and very great to look forward to. Um, Considering what this could be, going through like the multiverse and things like that, and considering that it does seem like it's playing on in the mouth of madness and things like that. So I think he's probably the right director to come in and do this film. I can't wait to see it. What about you? Are you excited to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the second Doctor Strange film, bringing in Sam Raimi, a great director in his own right, to direct? And it's funny too, because I remember a time where being on Twitter, just how things get on Twitter. Maybe you don't, but people are opinionated there, obviously. But somebody talking about Sam Raimi not being a good director, and I'm like, you're right in one sense, because he's a great director, but I just find it funny that anybody would think that, because Sam Raimi has done some really good and great films. Is he the best? Absolutely not. But for what he does, when he's really passionate about a film, you can see it coming through, and it's all on screen. So definitely, I think that's something that's going to be good about seeing this movie coming out with Sam Raimi directing it. And he is a good director. It's going to be some great stuff. So okay, let's see. What's everybody talking about here? And then after that we'll get into some hot fuzz. Do you have Superman comics? You know what? I actually got some. I just got from a friend. I've got a nice little stack of some Superman comics. Previous to that, when I was a kid, I think I had a few more than I have right now, because I think I've only got like maybe one Superman comic from back in the day, but I think I used to have more. But I do have some I just got from a friend. I haven't got a chance to read them or anything yet. Maverick Pilgrim, thank you so much for being here. Drummond Company, thank you for being here. He's usually behind the chat. He's not ignoring you. Yeah. Because I'm usually busy talking about the topic, and then we'll get in and see what you all have to say. Mike Porter, thank you for being here. Wu Tang Wells, what is up, Russell? Hope you're having a good day. Um, let's see. Okay, so is that a yes? Oh, on the Superman comics? I do have some. I do have some. XR Coon, thank you for being here. Will Morgan says when you hopping on Den of Nerds? I believe he was saying sometime next week we're gonna get together. So hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Josh Mason, thank you so much for being here. I know I seen all you guys over on the Den of Nerds live here just a few minutes ago. I was there right before I started the stream. They're hanging out, getting everything ready for this stream. Doctor Strange versus Wanda. Sign me up. Yeah, that's gonna be good stuff, and it's gonna be interesting how all that ties together and plays together. It's gonna be pretty crazy. It's gonna be crazy. You know, it kind of makes you wonder. Everybody's talking about, you know, if it's gonna be like kind of like House of M and all that kind of stuff, and you know, it makes me wonder. Like they're saying that it's gonna tie into Doctor Strange. It makes you wonder, could she be like not like an enemy, but the antagonist in there, and then all of a sudden we get the enemy revealed, and that's where everything comes off in, you know, the next Doctor Strange movie. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, even just all that together, Doctor Strange and Wanda, dude, that's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. Thank you for being here, Justin. Um, Glad you're here, chicken nuggets. Yeah. Thanks for being here, chicken nuggets. I need more chicken nuggets, and you know what? My kids need some chicken nuggets too, but not for breakfast. Not for breakfast. I usually feed them breakfast. For breakfast. XR Coon says 8 people have not liked yet. Yeah, it's all good. Some people, you know, I understand if people don't like my videos sometimes. I get it. I get it. Um, oh, that's such bullshit. He's so good. Oh yeah. People talking about Sam Raimi not being a great director. I'm like, come on, like he's great, man. Like, yeah, Evil Dead, Spider-Man 2. This is my boomstick. Yeah, man, great stuff. Great stuff. Um, uh, Den Nerds Live is here. Thank you so much for being here. How do you feel about DC Comics? You know what, like as what, like I don't read a whole lot of DC books. The books I have been reading from DC are, I read the Deceased series. They did just last year's a little 6-issue miniseries. They put out another one shot with that, and then now they were working on, I believe, a 3-issue miniseries called Deceased Unkillables, which is kind of like I guess you would say the villain's side of the whole situation that happened in Deceased. I've got those, and then I've been reading Hawkman, and Hawkman. If you guys want a good comic to read, a good recent series, go check out Hawkman. Robert Venditti has been doing a great job writing that book. I got turned on to that from Comic Man Jake. He's a YouTuber here. You guys could go check out his channel. But I got into Hawkman from him. He was talking about it in his videos. I was like, all right, cool, I'll check it out. And I think I hopped on like issue number 10, which was, I think there was like 2 issues left in that series. And then it kind of started a new arc on issue number 13, and I started reading from. Started on number 10 because that's just where the series was. And then I continued on reading it, and it's been really good since then. So I do like some. I just don't read enough. I read more Marvel, and even that's kind of been coming down a little bit as I've been getting into more indies lately over the last year. Trinity does a great stream, especially for comic knowledge. I do my best. I do my best. Like I'm more up to date on more current comics. But yeah, I've been taking a look at some older ones on Marvel Unlimited. So I'll probably be doing some reviews and things on those as well. The comment section is just the Den of Nerds continued. I know, right? It is. Anthony Manzano, thank you for being here. Says if and when Alan Hahn retires from Disney Studios and Kevin Feige takes his position. Who takes over Kevin Feige's position at Marvel Studios? I've already done a video on that. Done multiple live streams talking about it. Said it in multiple live streams. The person who will take over for Kevin Feige as of this moment, if like I'm telling you, it be the person who's going to take it over, is going to be Victoria Alonso. Victoria Alonso will take over for Kevin Feige. At this point right here, if Kevin Feige got promoted, That's who it would be. Is Victoria Alonso. Like right now, she is his right hand woman. Um, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Dang it! Can't use a popular saying. The right hand man can't do that. So I'll get canceled. Oh wait, cancel culture doesn't exist. But yeah, no. Yeah, if Alan Horn retired, Kevin Feige got promoted and all that stuff. The person to take over for Kevin Feige would be Victoria Alonso, hands down. There's yeah. Other people out there might be like, oh, but what about Louis de Esposito or so and so or so and so or John Favreau? John Favreau. Oh, sorry. Everybody wants John Favreau for everything. No, John Favreau belongs directing great movies. I don't mind if he produces something here and there. That's all fine and dandy. But yeah. Chicken Nuggets is subscribed. Thank you, Chicken Nuggets. Greatly appreciate that. But yeah, it would be Victoria Alonso because she's basically the second in charge over there already and oversees a lot of their production and things like that. She's been an executive producer, I believe. Isn't she an executive producer on a lot of their movies since first Iron Man? Because I think on the first Iron Man she was the visual effects supervisor or something like that, and that's where she kind of started off coming up at was with stuff like that. But she would definitely be the next in charge. Just rewatched Man of Steel 2 nights ago with my daughter. Still one of if not the best DCEU movie. You know what, Justin? I like Man of Steel. I do. Man of Steel is a great movie. Definitely one I like watching. Let's see. Raimi is about to get as great Raimi is about as great a director as Tim Gunn, except Raimi has more of a portfolio to show. So I take that facetious comment back. Oh, did it? As far as what did I miss one? I must have missed that. Yeah, I must have missed it. I must have missed the facetious comment. Um, Tim Gunn. What's Tim Gunn? Let's look up Tim Gunn. You've got me there. Um, let's see. Tim Gunn. Tim Gunn. We're talking about. This is the only Tim Gunn I'm seeing. Is there another? Is there another Tim Gunn I'm missing here? Nah, that's the only Tim Gunn. That's the dude from Project Runway. Because I know you ain't talking about James Gunn. Because James Gunn sucks. James Gunn sucks. Um, sorry. I apologize. James Gunn isn't that great of a director. He's all right. He's okay. As long as it's not Victoria Alonso, I'm good. Says Justin. Justin, I'm sorry to tell you, bro, but I can assure you it'd be Victoria Alonso. Yeah, and I did a video a long time ago talking about that, and I've talked about it on several streams too. That's exactly who would be in charge once Feige's gone, gets promoted or whatnot. It would be her. You are on Den of Nerds rewatch party. Yes, I am. In the little chat and everything. I've been in the chat. I just haven't been doing the rewatches. Like you know what's funny is I've been rewatching the movies in a very very weird manner. I've noticed. I watched Endgame. Then I watched Ant-Man and Wasp. Then I watched Infinity War, and yeah, it seems like I've been watching backwards. So Hmm. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's going on there. That's what I'm thinking. Wanda, the antagonist, then they team up versus the real villain. Yeah, absolutely. And that, yeah, I mean, it kind of seems to make sense. Don't we all? If they don't like, they should unlike. As far oh wait, man, what? Which one? What? At least show some engagement. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm all cool. Likes, dislikes. It's all good. It's all good. I'm okay with dislikes. You know, sometimes I feel like I don't get enough dislikes. As far as overall tone, which do you prefer? As far as not being all over the place. Do you prefer as far as not being over the place? As for, oh man, um, what do you mean as far as tone? Which one are we talking about here? See, I'm behind. I need to just catch up. I don't think Wanda is going to be a villain. She was an Avenger before Doctor Strange. Yeah, no, I don't think a villain, but she will be an antagonist, somebody that is kind of working against him until they get things figured out, and then they find out who like the real villain is, and then maybe they team up. And that's if she's even in the movie that much at all. The Doctor Strange. Maybe she just sets off the kind of the events and makes a cameo in there more than anything. Just kind of sets off the events that make the next Doctor Strange movie. So yeah, yeah. The best thing about DC is Batman's Rogues Gallery. Yeah, 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 definitely. I would say so. I could agree there. All the villains that they have there in the Batman universe, certainly. PC, I'll call the police. Jenner Check, thank you so much for being here, Snow Dub. Um, he's still on this Victoria Alonso thing, but who else would it be? Who else would it be? Seriously, go through the list of all the people there at Marvel Studios. I mean, who's it gonna be? Nate. God, what's the guy's name? Nate. I almost said Ferguson, but it's not Nate Ferguson. I don't know. Where's Ferguson even come from? But he's been a producer on a lot of their movies too. Is it gonna be him? No. Uh, like I said, some of the other people they're already in the higher positions. I mean, there's nobody else that are in any of the productions that are in the position that she's in. That knows as much of it as Kevin Feige does. There's nobody. I mean, who else would it be? Are they gonna get somebody from outside the Marvel universe that that they don't know and hasn't seen Kevin Feige how he works in his kind of formula, if you will. I mean, if there's a better person out there, let me know, and we can talk about that. Certainly, I'm open for that discussion. But as far as things are right now, I just don't see that there's anybody else that it would be. At all. I don't think there's anybody else that they would even have to put in that position. Like say something terrible happened, and then tomorrow who would they put in that place? There's only one person that I think there is out there that they would put there, and that's that person, Victoria Alonso. I mean, it sucks. It sucks, but are you happy that Kathleen Kennedy has gone from Star Wars and George Lucas is back at the head of Lucasfilm? Is that true? Is that even true? Is that even true? I don't know. That sounds like some clickbait news stuff. That sounds like some clickbait news stuff. But I don't care about Star Wars that much. Just I wish they could just come out with some good movies, and a good trilogy, just like actually plan stuff out. And I want to say one thing about people talking about this, like, oh, people talking about George didn't have a plan, he just went and made the movie, this and that. Okay, that's a bullshit argument. Okay, because for one, when he did the original trilogy, sure, this is 40 years later. You've got people invested in a universe, you know what I mean? You better have a plan. What do you think about James Gunn Thunderbolts movie and Russo brothers Dark Avengers movie? James Gunn, yeah, I would gouge my eyes out. Can't we just keep James Gunn canceled? For Can't we just keep James Gunn canceled for all our good? It would be good for us all to keep James Gunn canceled. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. James Gunn is an okay director. And the Russo brothers Dark Avengers movie, that would be pretty cool. The Russo brothers Dark Avengers movie would be cool. Definitely. No, I think the person who replaced Bob Iger fired Kathleen Kennedy. Um, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Um, yeah, like I said, it sounds like some clickbaity news. James Gunn, yes him. Oh yeah, yeah, no, yeah, no James Gunn. James Gunn is nowhere. James Gunn is nowhere near the director that Sam Raimi is. Feige has just got Fox Properties and Feige has just got Fox Properties and overview of comics. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Um, that's hard to say. That's hard to say. I know, like, I mean, like soon, soon. No, I mean he's gonna be. I mean he's the president of Marvel Studios or whatnot. I mean it's kind of his baby altogether. So I mean he's always gonna have some say so there. But as far as him being that guy in that position there at Marvel Studios doing all the hands on stuff, probably not within the next couple of years, but I could see. I mean, within the next 5, 10 years. I mean, 5 from now or so. 10 years down the line, definitely somewhere within that window. I definitely see that could be a possibility as he takes on more responsibilities and things like that. But not soon, like like in 2 years or anything like that. I'm talking at least probably 5 years down the line or so. Late for work meeting, got to bounce. All right, take it easy, Maverick Pilgrim. Um, but yeah, no, Feige's still going to be there for a while. I always call him Tim Gunn. Okay. Me comparing James Gunn to Raimi is what I took back because James does suck. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan of James Gunn. Um, uh, oh man. Oh, just look over. Just looked over at my box of MCU Blu-rays this morning and decided I'm going to start all of them again tonight. Just not sure how I want to do the order. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Try this. Try this. Here's something I'd suggest because I feel for the most part they're good about doing that. Is watch each of them as a trilogy. Watch just the Iron Man trilogy. Watch just the Captain America trilogy. Watch the Thor trilogy. See how they are watching them in trilogies, just the single movies. Maybe watch the Avengers trilogy. Were you gonna watch those in there? You know what I mean? Like, try that. Try that. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that yet, but hey, just an idea. But people worship the guy for some odd reason. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't get. You won't find a whole lot of James Gunn love here. Let's just hope we don't have to find out anytime soon. I like Feige right where he is. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, and like again, I think I mean it would be at 5 years at least before Kevin Feige goes anywhere. Honestly, before that thought even kind of comes up in a, especially with everything going on right now, they're gonna have to find a way to make sure that they are making money over the next 5 years for sure. I don't know where you're getting your info from, but you might. Hey man, War Stew's a source. Calm down, Fanjecture. Calm down, Adam. I love James Gunn. Yeah, he's all right. It's all good though. I'm not gonna bash anybody for liking him or anything. Different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? Some people like LB here, if he's here in the chat, he's a huge Tyler Perry fan. Is a real he not so much as an actor, but LB really loves him as a director, a producer, a writer. That's definitely your man right there if you want some good Tyler Perry knowledge. LB, and don't knock him for it, man. It's all good. Tyler Perry's all right. George Lucas actually did have a plan. If you read the proto scripts, he just changed a lot of stuff along the way. Yeah, and I'm not nerdy enough about all that stuff to care about it. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people who calls it Disney Star Wars. You know what I mean? If you hear somebody say Disney Star Wars, you know where they're coming from. Kennedy is not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I suggest you hop on Marvel Unlimited and read the Avengers. Amazing. Okay, 212 through 230. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. I was gonna say I had the unlimited, so yeah, I've got that. Can do that. Um, James Gunn is only relevant because the PC, the backlash. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's where he's getting. That's Well, a lot of people know his name. Probably from We Got This Clickbait. Yeah. I need to make another one of those videos making fun of them. Heard Taika Waititi talking about Thor 4 and worried Beta Ray Bill is getting left out again. Hopefully I'm wrong, but that seems packed already. I was gonna say, and that's okay too. And let's leave Beta Ray Bill out of Taika Waititi's hands. I'm not a huge Taika Waititi fan neither. John Junior Bunya says Tyler Perry is trash. Well, don't okay, that's fine. That's okay for you to believe that, but LB is a fan. James Gunn is good when it comes to shot selection and working with editing. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. If Feige was smart, he'd duck out now. He'd go out on top because no matter how good Phase 4 is, it won't be as successful as the first three phases were. Well, if things worked out the way the first three phases did, this would be the building phase to the next phase to the next phase. So it would take the next three phases to really for it to all really build back up anyway, to build that steam back up again. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and spend the next few minutes talking about Hot Fuzz. I talked about it a little bit earlier. We talked about this speculation with Sam Raimi and everything like that. And how does this all really relate? Because Scott Derrickson ended up leaving Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Sam Raimi comes in and steps in, where we had just the exact same thing happen with Ant-Man. Remember back when Edgar Wright was set to direct, right, and everything like that? He pretty much did most of he did a lot of production and everything on the film altogether. And then all of a sudden, due to the same thing, these creative differences that always seems to come between these directors and Marvel Studios, Edgar Wright ended up leaving the project, and then in walked, what was his name? You know who I'm talking about. And went ahead and did the Ant-Man film. For me, I'm actually a really big fan of the Ant-Man films. Both of them. I do like both of the films. But could you imagine if we had got that Edgar Wright Ant-Man film? If that shit had worked out, oh my god, dude. That would have been great. Because, as I was saying, I just watched Hot Fuzz again last night. And I went through and I looked at Edgar Wright's directing credits, and he hasn't really got a whole lot. I mean, he did a lot of TV shows and things like that in the past. But for the most part, like his first like real big film was Shaun of the Dead, and I honestly didn't realize that he did Baby Driver. I didn't realize that. That's one of the movies that I haven't seen of his. But his first film, he did a TV show called Spaced that actually had Simon Pegg in it. That was back in the late '90s. But he did Mint Royale, Blue Song in 2002, Shaun of the Dead in 2004, and then it looks like a couple little short films here in 2004 after Shaun of the Dead that look like they're probably related to that. Hot Fuzz in 2007. He did a little skit in Grindhouse. He did Scott Pilgrim versus the World in 2010 and The World's End in 2013 and Baby Driver in 2017. And he hasn't really done anything else since. But it looks like he does have some upcoming projects. But Edgar Wright is a really great director. And you know what? I don't think I've ever seen all of Shaun of the Dead in one setting. Like, I think I've seen like the beginning half of it, and then I've seen the end half of it. I don't think I've seen it all in one setting. But Edgar Wright is such a great director, and if you watch the Ant-Man film, you could see where a lot of his signature was in that film. Imagine like the scenes with Luis, a lot of these heist scenes that he does and everything. Thinking about, as I was watching Hot Fuzz, just a lot of his directing style, the cuts, the editing, the way the film is done. He does just such a great. This is such great films. They're fun. They're adventurous, just like that first Ant-Man film was. And it really makes me wonder, man. It's a really sad thing that we didn't get to see Ant-Man directed or Edgar Wright directed Ant-Man, because that would have been just such a great film. Because Hot Fuzz is one of those movies that it just cracks me up in so many ways. It's got just like I was saying earlier, a really great cast. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, just really seem to work good together. We've also got like Timothy Dalton in here, who is in this film as well. Timothy Dalton is a good actor. I've always liked Timothy Dalton, and just seeing just the way this film progresses is just so great because it starts off where you just introduced to the character and you're just like bam, 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 bam through his life as a policeman. You know, he goes there, he's talking about himself and his training, and then all of a sudden he's in his police precinct and getting shipped off to a city. Like outside the big city to this small little town because he was basically so good at his job he was making all the other cops look bad, so they wanted to get rid of him. And so they put him out in the middle of the country, and he gets to this small town and finds that it's one of those small like Pleasantville kind of towns, if you will. You get there, everybody seems to know each other. There's no crime, and he gets there, and he starts like the second he gets into town, he's already doing his police work. But before he left town, that was one of the things he went to go tell his ex-wife or his ex-fiance, if you will, that he was getting ready to leave. She knows all the news, but the way they kind of break all these scenes down, it's really hilarious because it's just really quick and to the point. You know what I mean? The pacing of it and everything. It's just brilliant filmmaking, and it's fun. Now, it's not for everybody because it's definitely not like an American style. I'm not even sure what style that this of film that this would be that he does. But it's really great, and it's really genius. It's really genius too. Like I said, with just the way they do everything. But one of the things she was talking about, his ex fiance, was about how he could never turn off. His life was always about the job and all those kinds of things, which is something that goes to play into when he gets here into this small town. Like he goes out to the local pub and he sits there and orders a cranberry juice because he don't drink. He starts reading the local paper and he notices a bunch of minors in there drinking, and he goes through and he starts questioning them all, carding them and everything, and just the whole little scene of events, the way everything unfolds, just like the whole directing style of Edgar Wright is just it's just genius, and it's just great filmmaking when he gets in his stride and in his element and does his thing. Like I said, Shaun of the Dead is a film that's done the exact same way. If you go through and watch The World's End, another great film where they basically have the same core cast of characters, which is Simon Pegg and Nick Frost doing different things. He definitely has a certain style about his films. And Hot Fuzz is just one of those films. I mean, and it's kind of a long movie too, but the way it progresses, there's just so much within the time frame. And this one's really funny too because it's ultimately a movie about the neighborhood watch in this town and how they do everything for the greater good, which is something I thought was hilarious because that was something I was talking about the other day when I was talking about Avengers Endgame and something that Tony Stark's father had said. But anyway, regardless of all that, the movie just seems to move at a very brisk pace. It's not a breakneck pace, but it's just a very brisk pace, and it gives you so much within the confines of the film. Some of the things that just happen in the film, just the dialogue, the character interactions, the way it's all done, it just really seems to draw you in because you got these two guys who are essentially strangers, and they become partners. Throughout the course of the movie, and they basically kind of become best friends, just in the silliest of ways. You know what I mean? And by the end, obviously their friendship gets tested and everything, and just the way it all comes out. I don't know. Again, it's just brilliant filmmaking, and it really is a shame that we didn't get to see Ant-Man, directed by Edgar Wright. And all of his movies, like I said, seem to be this way. Again, I haven't seen Baby Driver. I need to watch that one because I didn't know he directed that one. It's one of those movies that I just never watched, and then it becomes one of those things like you never watched it, and then you forget to watch it, and then you just put off watching it, and you didn't watch it, and you just don't watch it, and you still haven't watched it, and you're like, shit, it's too late. Damn it, I got to admit that I haven't watched it. It's one of those. It's one of those kind of movies. But I think that would have been great to get an Ant-Man. But Hot Fuzz is one of those great. It's a good buddy cop film. They also do the way he does the action sequences and everything too. Like I was saying with the dialogue too. There's just the scene when they're sitting there and the partner is asking him like, "Hey, you ever do this? Have you ever done that?" He's like, "Have you ever shot your gun into emptied a clip into the air while shouting?" And just all all of these different things. But then he's sitting there describing. He was sitting there describing Point Break, and he's like, he's sitting there and he has him in his crosshairs and he can't shoot him because he loves him so much. Oh man, the movie's just fun. Like I said, I was watching it with my kids last night, and even my kids sit there and get kind of entranced in a film like a Hot Fuzz. My kid, my Bruce Lee films do the same thing to my kids. Man, my kids love Bruce Lee films. But yeah, and it's just the style and the manner in which he does these films, which is so great. And he seems to, like I said, you get a whole lot of stuff in a short amount of, or in this case, still a long amount of time because it's still a fairly long movie. But there's still so much that happens in there. There's no slow progression of story or anything. It's like everything's kind of thrown in there, but it's still done in just such a great and comprehensible way where you're not really ever missing anything unless you just can't get the humor and you don't get the lingo that they use. But it's a great film. Let me know if you guys have seen Hot Fuzz down in the comments, and we'll talk a little bit more about that and see what you guys have to say here. Taika is not trash. He can do no wrong. Did I say he was trash? I don't know if I said he was trash. He's okay. He's okay. I still haven't seen Jojo Rabbit. Let's see. Somehow we got this. We got this covered. Is more accurate than Mikey said. Jaden says I have to leave. All right. Well, take it easy, Jaden. Thank you so much for being here. Taika Waititi is not trash. Okay, I just read that one. Beta Ray needs his own movie. Yeah, Beta Ray would be worthy of having his own film. But then again, is Beta Ray Bill the kind of character who needs to have like his own like standalone film to where like he's gonna have a trilogy or anything like that? Thinking about that kind of makes me wonder. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Like if they could actually make a great standalone film with him, or if he's better introduced in say one of the Disney Plus streaming service. One of those, and then just crosses over into the films, and he's there. His story is so dope. Okay, yeah. And good with choosing the playlist. Maybe Phase 4 won't, but Phase 5 with Fantastic Four and X-Men will be. So I won't go anywhere if I was him. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I fell asleep during Thor movies before Taika. Well, here's the thing is I think Ragnarok is the best Thor film that we've had. I honestly, I'm one of those people out there. I actually like Thor: The Dark World. Yeah, and the first Thor is pretty good. I mean, the eyebrows though, bruh, the eyebrows. But yeah, I like all the Thor films, but I think Ragnarok is definitely the best one that we've had out of all three of them. I really like Thor 1. I really hate Thor 2, says Fan Jackson. Yeah. Don't get me started on Stark. Peyton Reed. Yeah. There we go. Peyton Reed. I don't know why I forgot his name. That's my point. It won't do that. Too many normies have had enough of superhero films. Oh, dang it. It just jumped on me here. Oh, that's why. We got a $4.99 super chat from Lonely Banter. He doesn't say anything. He just drops $5 on the table. Thank you so much, LB. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate that, sir. Maybe it's $5 because maybe that's because he said something down there and I haven't got to it yet. He's saying here there's $5 to catch up with the chat. Oh man. Um. Okay. Um. Too many normies have had enough of superhero films. We're all superheroed out right now. So too many normies. The MCU is done now. P.S. Hot Fuzz kicks ass. I can't agree. I can't agree with that, Will, because I'm not burnt out on them. Like I like the films. I'm not burnt out. Like it would take a lot to burn me out on this stuff. The thing is because they've got so much stuff they can do. The thing is they just need to keep it a high quality, good quality storytelling is what I think they need to do, and they need to do that by mixing it up. Just changing things up, not keeping all the same directors, getting new directors, trying out different things. I'm okay with them trying different things as long as we still get a high quality and good story. Um, yes, Fantastic X-Men and Fantastic Four is going to take Phase 4 and 5 above and beyond. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Edgar Wright is so hurt from his Marvel experience. I know, man, and that sucks too, man. Because he's such a great director. It would have been so freaking awesome to have that Ant-Man movie there directed by Edgar Wright. And I mean, and look at it. Go look at his film. Seriously, go. And that makes me like. Once I found out he did Baby Driver, I'm like, okay, I have to see this movie because just thinking about that, I'm like, dude, like that has to be a good movie because he's such a damn good director. Just his film, just the films that I've seen of his. Baby Driver is pretty good. Okay, yeah. Just a matter of time. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are awesome. The World's End is just okay. See, and I like The World's End. I thought The World's End is really good. Now I do think Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are better than The World's End for sure. The World's End is a good one. I like. Oh man, because it's got Rosamund Pike in there too. I love Rosamund Pike. She's awesome. Fantastic Four has got to land Krasinski and Blunt. That announcement would blow the roof off San Diego Comic Con or wherever they make it all. It would get the hype train rolling 150 miles per hour for the Fantastic Four in the MCU. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely it would. Absolutely it would. I'm not sure I'm all about that though. You know what I mean? But again, I'm not about fan casting neither. I mean, to me, I would like to see. Honestly, I would like to see Krasinski play Doctor Doom. I'd just like to see him do that because I think he could bring that humanity to the role that it needs. You know, we're like, man, like I think this guy, like he might be okay, and then I think he could bring a great villainous, great theme to that as well, in the role. Snowdub Music and Entertainment, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says Cotton Connection, Tuck and Roll, I stand with Jolly. Hell yes. And if you guys haven't, go check out my brother Snowdub Music and Entertainment. Great channel, great dude. Every Saturday they do a show. Him and Kermit and Megs, they get together and do the Ribbit and Bigot show. It's a great time. It's a great time. It's part of my Saturday evening routine. Lately, I've been getting to sleep earlier, so I've been listening to it as I've been falling asleep because I just can't stay up late anymore, guys. I've been waking up super early and everything. But yes, thank you. Thanks again so much, Snowdub. I greatly appreciate that. Um, let's see. I need more chicken nuggets. Says, and Ant Man is the first MCU with an out of box and weird attitude. A trend that continued to Phase 3 with Doctor Strange and Ragnarok. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Ant Man is one of my favorites of the MCU films, and I like Ant Man and Wasp also. It's not as high up in my rankings as the first Ant Man is, but I like it. I like it. Um, You'd class this as British comedy style. There are two types of British comedy. The really smart, the clever kind that you get in things like Hot Fuzz and the Full Monty. Right? Yeah. I've seen the Full Monty as well. That's another funny one as well. AFK Bard, thank you so much for $20 super chat. I greatly appreciate that. AFK Bard says, "ER." Yeah, yeah, that's so. I can't. I'm not even sure who that actor is who played that guy Lurch. But even my kids, they were laughing so hard at that part where they're sitting there fighting. He's like, "ER." Oh, AFK Bar, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that $20 super chat. Um, AFK Bart is a very great supporter of the channel here, one of our Patreon supporters here, and you guys should actually go check out AFK Bart's channel. Go check it out. Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Been thinking of what I'm gonna do with some of these monies, and oh wait, you know what? Oh, okay. Um, Thank you so much, AFK Bart. I greatly appreciate that. And I think I've recently found something else I'm gonna do with some of the super chat money recently. That I'm gonna do with bring, and it'll help me bring you guys some content here pretty soon on the channel. Um, but yeah, definitely that British style of comedy. I love it. There's more slapstick that kind of makes the plus there's the more slapstick kind that makes me personally roll my eyes. Oh man, what? Oh, dude, I didn't. What just happened? Oh man, I'm glad I'm not too far behind on the chat. I don't think because I just reset my thing, man. Dang it. Okay. Plus, there's more slapstick that makes me personally roll my eyes, but it is much more typical American low rent humor. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you there, Will. Simon Pegg rocks. Yeah. He's good. I like Simon Pegg. I'd be fine with a Disney Plus Beta Ray bill. Yeah, me too. Put him. Introduce his character in Disney Plus, and then have him cross over and just be a badass in the movies. I'm okay with that. I'm True Skills, my brother. Thank you so much for being here. I just had a nightmare that Brock Lesnar was playing the Thing in the Fantastic Four movie. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. A nightmare. Oh, the first two Thor movies were okay at best. Yeah, like I said, I think they were good. I think they were good. Like I said, they're not the best, but they were good. Again, LB, thank you for the 4.99 super chat. Josh Mason says, "I love Taika as Korg." Yes, yeah. I think Taika works out as Korg. Yeah, definitely. Don't get you started on Shark. Are you talking about the Vanko sham again? The Vanko sham. Yeah, I think the Vankos, they're just as much of a sham as Tony Stark is. um, Brock made of rock. That is a nightmare, right? Yeah, Brock. uh, LB says stimulus check got me feeling generous. Oh, did you get your stimulus check? Oh well, thank you, LB. I greatly appreciate that. And you know what? Yeah. Thank you. Will Gentry says you're not a normie though, dude. I am. You're a big comic book fan, so you will eat these films up. All my normie friends checked out around Civil War time or sometime a bit later. Yeah. See, well, and I just got back into the comics because of the films. I got back into the comics, so yeah. But I hear you. I hear you. When do we get it? Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Where's that stimulus? I wish there were more superhero films and shows. I'd take 6 movies and 6 Disney Plus shows a year. Just drop one every month. I can find 2 to 8 hours a month to watch them. Oh yeah, certainly. And you know what? I'm okay with that half-hour thing they did with Mando. I'm okay with like a half-hour show. To me, they don't have to be an hour. I'm okay with a half hour. They going out now. Oh, everybody get. Yeah, I thought I seen something on Facebook. A lot of people getting their stimulus checks now. I stand with El Perro. Oh, look out, Will Gentry. Dang, man, not cool, bruh. Not cool. Um, Again, AFK Bard, thank you so much for the $20 super chat, Snowdub. For the $5 super chat, I greatly appreciate that. I started the Second Street Marvel stimulus package. Yes, yes, you did, LB. Thank you, greatly appreciated. It's like one of those recurring things. What every it rolls. You know, like you ever go out to the restaurant or something and you get there and it's like there's nobody there and you sit down, you get your drinks, you just put your order in and all of a sudden the place is packed. It's just like that. So these are LB bucks rather than Trump bucks. Yeah. Oh no, there's nothing. Thanks though. There's nothing. I don't know. I thought I seen you had some videos over there. You should go check it out. You should. Um, let's see. Ooh, ooh. Let's see this. California Republic. California Republic. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my God. Such a humanitarian. Such a humanitarian. Such a great guy. I need more chicken nuggets. Says Anchorman's director. Forgot it. Anchorman director was that. No, it wasn't Judd Apatow. It wasn't Judd Apatow that did that. God, who was it? I can't remember who it was that did Anchorman all of a sudden. See, you got me started there. Jed McKay. Jed McKay, I believe it was. Um, Forgot his name. Yeah, said he wanted to do a Silver Surfer movie. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I think it's Jed McKay, not Jed McKay, Adam McKay, Adam McKay. Jed McKay is a comic book writer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. LB from the Lonely Banter with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. LB doesn't leave any message, just leaves $1.99 on on the super chat. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Brock Lesnar's a thing. That would be epic. Yeah. Yeah, Adam McKay. Yeah, that's his name. Have you read the House and Powers of X series? I'm finally getting into them. Yes, I have read the House of X and Powers of X series. Very great series. I'm actually going to go back and reread those and kind of do some retrospective reviews and looking at things that we know now compared to what we knew then, and kind of how the story's building. Because I was talking with some friends the other day about that, and man, I think just through some of the things that I read, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Do I really need to continue reading this whole Jonathan Hickman story that he's weaving together there? Because I think I've got it figured out. I think we've got it figured out. You're mixing up Judd Apatow and Adam McKay. Yeah. Judd Apatow and no. Well, I mean, I'm not mixing them up, but one leads to the other because they all kind of work together. You know what I mean? And the same. They're all interconnected there, if you know what I mean. But yes, Judd Apatow and Adam McKay, yeah, definitely. But yeah, that'd be interesting seeing Adam McKay do a Silver Surfer film, for sure. But yeah, House of X and Powers of X is a good one. Junior Bunya. It's an interesting name, man. I like that. Junior. But yeah, House of X and Powers of X, great series, and really good art throughout that series as well. I wish they could have kept that up more through the series that have been going on. Coming out of, I'm not sure if you're reading any of the Dawn of X series, Junior, but if you do, the ones that you'll need to read, definitely, I would say, are the must-reads, are going to be X-Force, X-Men, but X-Force and, God, man, what's the other one? Marauders. X-Force and Marauders are two of the best ones out of all the ones that came out, and then X-Men obviously as well. I would definitely those are the three I would say that are must reads. After that, the Wolverine series that we've had 2 issues so far was pretty good. You could probably avoid the giant size X-Men. Definitely, maybe if you want to check out the X-Men Fantastic Four, Chip Zdarsky doing a great job writing that series. But it's also questionable too. As far as everything going on in there, because I read the series, I'm like, man, none of these guys are good guys. But if thinking about the X-Men, none of them really seem like good guys neither, man. There's some weird stuff going on. Two Gun Pedro, thank you so much for being here today. Says pew pew. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, they had their clique. Yeah, definitely. All them people kind of work together there in their films. Definitely. But yes. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're gonna call it a stream there. Again, if you get a chance, go watch Hot Fuzz sometime. If you haven't seen it, it's one of Edgar Wright's great films. He's got a few good ones out there, and Hot Fuzz is one I think you should definitely go check out. Like I said, it's somewhat of a longer movie, but it's got so much jam packed in there, so much great comedy, so much great drama, so much great action, that really makes me regret that we didn't get to see Edgar Wright's Ant-Man in the MCU. And at this point, we're never going to see another Edgar Wright film coming up in the MCU, as he has pretty much already he's pretty much already done away with all of that. So before I let you all go, I want to say thank you once again to all the people who did make some donations here to the channel. We got LB from the Lonely Banter, looks like he donated $12. AFK Bard with $5. Snowdub with $5. Oh, I'm sorry. Snowdub had $5. LB had $7, and AFK Bard with a $20 super chat. Thank you all so much. I do greatly appreciate that. Guys, make sure you stick around. If you haven't checked the links down in the description, there are links where you can, if you would like, you can send direct donations via Streamlabs, or You can even go become a member of our Patreon, my Patreon. I got some things over there on the Patreon that are for people who are not even supporters of the Patreon. You don't have to pay for them. Things over there just for on the Patreon, available only through there. But also, I will be doing a live stream probably tomorrow night. I'm going to get it all set up and streamed for the Patreons. We're going to do the Patreon exclusive monthly live stream. We're going to talk about some things. I hope you're all able to make that tomorrow. Because just got a whole lot of new things that just came up that I want to talk about with some of the Patreon supporters. And but yeah, guys, that's all. Thank you all so much for the generous donations. Everybody who is here helping support the channel, be it through super chats, Patreon support, or even just watching the ads, really greatly helps. I mean, if you have a favorite YouTuber out there and you don't pay for the premium, make sure that you watch the ads, because it does help your favorite YouTuber get paid. But that's all I have for today's video, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe, click the little bell and all of that good stuff. Tell your friends to come here. Make sure you like the video or give it a dislike. It's all good. I don't look that much into it. And while you're at it, make sure that you have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.